Hi there, good morning. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday. Temperatures are heating back up again today. It's our favorite, Tom, heat and humidity.
It's hot and humid, and we like that. That's true. And I think a lot of people do, but, some don't like the humidity so much.
No, so I think yesterday was probably the perfect day for people that don't love heat and humidity. Yes. I actually got to walk my dog longer than 10 minutes.
Yeah, I took Max out for a good walk last night, and he was happy just smelling all the new branches that had fallen off the trees.
Oh,
yeah, he was quite pleased. Yeah, what a mess.
Well, temperatures are cool-ish this morning. 14 through Newmarket, down towards the shores of Erie and through London, possibly down towards Windsor. We could see some severe cells fire up.
I just want to warn the citizens of Barrie that Kevin Yard is on the way.
Oh no!
He'll be down. He'll be down near the water. So if you want to see Kevin, go down and meet him down there.
Yeah, that's exactly where he'll be. We'll be checking in with him in just a little while. We're going to see temperatures cool back down after today, so it's going to kind of go from cooler yesterday, a little warmer today, and then back down again tomorrow behind the cold front. Winds will be coming in from more of a northerly direction, and I'll show you all those details coming up in your long range. But first, Tom, what is going on the 401 right now? It's only 5 after 6. 6 after 6, I'm sorry. Jeez. Temperatures really cooling by Thursday. Again, Wednesday, we're only seeing a daytime high of 21, but the storms are going to clear, and we'll see a return to sunshine by the end of the week. Hi there. Thanks for joining us. I'm Emily Vukovic. You may be someone who is still cleaning up, and the cleanup continues after severe thunderstorms that ripped through southern Ontario last Friday. I'll tell you all about that later on in the hour. If you had to guess what kind of weather Phoenix is getting, hot and dry would be the best one. But not this week, at least the dry part. Weather in the American desert has been full of weather surprises lately. Heavy rain has been pelting the Las Vegas area in recent days. Reynolds, he has an update on your commute. Well, as you just saw in Force of Nature, the Strip in Las Vegas, underwater, a lot of tree damage, so that's not really the place you probably want to be now. Now, we have more storms on the way throughout parts of southern Ontario. We've got a cold front that's going to move in later on this afternoon, bringing us the chance of isolated, possibly severe thunderstorms. More so down towards the southwest, so London down towards Windsor, that's where we could see the severe cells fire up, but the GTA could see some cells moving in after 2 o'clock. Now, last Friday, we saw wicked storms move through parts of southern Ontario. Some areas were hit harder than others. I know Kitchener-Waterloo had a lot of tree damage and debris and flash flooding. Places like Georgetown. This is of Tom's neighbors, all these pictures that I'm about to show you. So here's one of them. A tree came down that, are now firewood. If you've got a picture, please send it to me. I'd love to see it. My handle on Twitter is @EmilyTWN. If it's a storm damage, if it's a beautiful sunrises, sunset, or even if it's just a picture of your really cute dog, or maybe your cute kids. I'd love to see them. Okay, check this out. This is on our website, the coffee break. Now, this is new to me because I was on maternity leave, and this is a fairly new feature, and I think it's great. It's really cool. Did you know that the basic umbrella was made over 4,000 years ago, and it was originally used to create shade from the sun? You learn something new every day. Well, you just might need your umbrella later on this afternoon, so if you're just getting ready, getting yourself ready for work, maybe getting the kids ready for camp, pack an umbrella because you just might need it. I'm going to turn things over to Tom. What's going on the roads? Hi there, good morning. It is going to be a potentially stormy afternoon, not going to be as bad as last Friday where we're still cleaning up debris, but there is the potential with some hot, humid air coming in that we could see some isolated cells.
Yeah, it could be a crazy day. I just want to tell you very quickly, if you're coming in from west of Toronto, from Kitchener-Waterloo area, Milton, give yourself lots of time. Big problems with the 401. We'll update that at Winston Churchill. Could be a couple of hours.
Oh, nasty.
Possible.
Kevin Yards is going to be joining us from the Barrie waterfront. Now, we've been trying to get Kevin to swim for, I don't even know how many weeks.
I think Kevin sinks. I really do. Otherwise, he'd be jumping in more often.
We can get him some water wings. Yeah. Could you imagine? Hey, Kevin, how much would you appreciate if Tom and I purchased you a set of water wings? You haven't? I absolutely love Kevin for the uniqueness that he is. Water wings. Every child wears a pair of water wings. You blow them up, and then you float. Okay. I'm going to tweet Kevin a picture right now. Tom?
I think.
Risk of a few isolated thunderstorms throughout the day today. Most of them are going to be non-severe in nature. We could see some severe cells fire up, especially to the southwest, so London down towards Windsor. But then temperatures are really going to cool down behind it. So it's going to be hot and muggy today, feeling closer to the mid-30s, and then cool down behind that with winds coming in from the north. For the remainder of the week, a little bit below seasonal. If you don't love humidity, yesterday was probably one of the better days you've experienced so far as of late. Temperatures just got into the low 20s. A lot of people were happy with this. And unfortunately, I've got bad news, though. It's going to warm up again today. The humidity will return. I'll talk about that in a sec. Yesterday, Toronto got up to 23.9. That's below seasonal. We're normally around 27 for this time of year. Ottawa, 25.2, and then much cooler up towards Geraldton because the cold front had already made its way through. So there it is. I'm just going to pause it right here for this afternoon. That's the timing. So we're looking at early afternoon for cottage country and around 2 p.m. onwards for the city of Toronto and surrounding areas, so down towards Hamilton and through Grimsby and Niagara, Kitchener, Waterloo. It's going to be seeing some isolated thunderstorms later on this afternoon. Cool down behind it. See these arrows? That's depicting the winds. They're going to be coming in from more of a northerly direction for Wednesday. So we're actually looking at temperatures in the low 20s. That's a little chilly as far as I'm concerned for summer, but I'll deal with it. I'll handle it, as I'm sure many of you will. Across the country, here's what we're looking at. We've got stormy conditions through Atlantic Canada. They're kind of dealing with what we saw last week. And we are going to see some sun through parts of Newfoundland, across the prairies. Again, stormy weather, especially in parts of southern Alberta. They actually had a tornado warning through the city of Calgary yesterday. And a beautiful day for Vancouver, 25, lots of sun. Okay, Tom, has that mess on the 401 cleaned up yet? Well, I've just been tweeting up a storm.
Have you?
I have.
What have you been tweeting about?
Well, apparently if you put dry tea bags in smelly shoes, it gets rid of the odor.
Really?
Really.
I didn't know that.
I was also retweeting your tweet about what's happening on the 401 at Winston Churchill.
It's totally wrecked. The 401 is jammed from Milton all the way to Winston Churchill. Could be another hour. So all the alternative routes, Derry, Britannia, are better. Steeles is not a good one. It's jammed up already.
We've got Kevin. He joins us in Barrie, and I'm not sure if he's made it down to the water. Oh, I think he is at the water. And Kevin, did you see my tweet about water wings? Do you know what they are? That would be a life jacket, Kevin. A flotation device would be a life jacket. Water wings are very specific. Kevin, I guess you can get water wings for adults. You really can. We should probably get Kevin some. Okay, isolated severe cells possible later on this afternoon, but more so down towards the southwest. More in detail in a moment, but first, Tom, let's talk about that mess on the 401. Temperatures cooling down by tomorrow. We've got that cold front coming in, northerly winds behind it, dropping our temperatures to 21. That's almost a little cool, but we're going to see sunshine until the end of the work week. Well, we do have the risk of seeing a little bit of active weather today. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Emily Vukovic. Taking a quick look at the risk map throughout parts of southern Ontario. Absolutely nothing, but this cold front is sure to bring some active weather throughout the GTA. Weather in the American desert has been full of weather surprises lately. Our long-range forecast includes another cool down, and we'll talk about that in just a few moments. First, we're going to go to Kevin Yard, and what a beautiful start to the day, Kevin, down at the waterfront in Barrie, Ontario. Don't get me wrong, I really did enjoy my wedding, but planning the honeymoon was the best because you knew you just got to relax after all the stress was over. So if you're just about to head on your honeymoon, congratulations. Take a deep breath and know that you can just chill out on the beach for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, depending on how long you took. Aruba 33, lots of sunshine for tomorrow and into Wednesday. We're going to be seeing a few isolated clouds through parts of Bahamas, but St. Lucia looks great. Hi there, good morning. Thanks for joining us. It's Tuesday. It is July the 23rd.
Yeah, I think so. That's your. You asked me earlier, and I confirmed it.
I'm away for a year.
Now I forget it.
I'm awful at dates. Yeah. I'm always awful at remembering.
All right, so it's 23rd.
And then I expect you to kind of pick up the slack while I'm gone.
I confirmed it earlier. But anyway,
it's the 23rd.
It's the 23rd. Okay, we all agree.
We could see some thunderstorms later on this afternoon, but temperatures really warming up. Kevin Yard is probably in the best spot he could be, down by the water in Barrie. Kevin, are you there? Thanks, Kevin. Well, we do have the risk of a few isolated thunderstorms today, but for the most part, they are going to be non-severe. Could see some severe cells along the shores of Lake Erie, anywhere through London and down towards Windsor. And Tom, I forgot to mention, and one of our producers, John, just actually reminded me of this. We were talking about the royal baby, and well, Brooklyn, my daughter, she's just turning a year in a couple of days. I mean, it could be a future husband. Well, it looks pretty good. After the system that moves through today, we're going to see a big cool down in temperatures. We've got that northerly flow right behind that cold front, dropping us to 21 for tomorrow, 23 for Thursday. Sunshine sticks around right until the end of the week, and then on Saturday, that's where we could see more stormy weather, but we're going to stay below seasonal for the most part. Don't get me wrong, I really did enjoy my wedding, but planning the honeymoon was the best because you knew you just got to relax after all the stress was over. So if you're just about to head on your honeymoon, congratulations. Take a deep breath and know that you can just chill out on the beach for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, depending on how long you took. Aruba 33, lots of sunshine for tomorrow and into Wednesday. We're going to be seeing a few isolated clouds through parts of Bahamas, but St. Lucia looks great. Hi there, thank you for joining us. Here in Ontario, it has been hot and sticky and stormy and then cooler, and the potential is there for more stormy weather today. It's really just been kind of a seesaw of active weather throughout these last couple of days. We do have the risk for a few isolated thunderstorms continuing throughout the evening. Now, weather in the American desert has been full of weather surprises lately, so not quite like Ontario, but a little different. Heavy rain has been pelting the Las Vegas area in recent days. Picking up debris here in southern Ontario as well. Kevin joins us live from Barrie this morning. And Kevin, where you are down by the water, I think that's where most people are going to want to be today. Temperatures today are actually going to be much warmer than they were yesterday. Yesterday we only got up into the low 20s. Today we're going to get up into the mid to high 20s and feel more like the mid 30s when you factor in the humidity. All because of a southwesterly flow. We've got a little system happening closer to the Maritimes down in the States, and that's kind of helping to keep our temperatures up. We've got a cold front moving through. That could give us some storms. I'll play it out for you in just a sec. But first, let's take a look back. I love it. I know a lot of people don't. But yesterday, we got up to 23.9 through the city of Toronto. Timmins, 23.5, and then much cooler further north. Now, this is just kind of putting it into perspective for you. Geraldton saw the cold front yesterday, so we're going to be dealing with that cold front today, and it's going to move through southern Ontario later on this afternoon. We're looking at kind of early afternoon for cottage country, and then anywhere around southern, I was going to say southern Ontario, but anywhere around the GTA, we're looking at about 2 o'clock onwards. Thunderstorm risk is there, but it's going to be non-severe. Northerly wind coming in behind the cold front. Temperatures tomorrow much cooler. We are going to be seeing the potential for some severe cells to fire up, especially down towards the southwest. So around Lake Erie, London, down towards Windsor, that's where we could see some cells firing up. Strong winds, heavy downpours. Hit or miss anywhere else, very isolated. If you're traveling up towards the Ottawa area, we could see some isolated, possibly even severe cells firing up there. More on your long-range forecast and how long the cool down is going to last after today in just a moment. But first, Tom, let's check in on that 401. How's it going? Don't get me wrong, I really did enjoy my wedding, but planning the honeymoon was the best because you knew you just got to relax after all the stress was over. So if you're just about to head on your honeymoon, congratulations. Take a deep breath and know that you can just chill out on the beach for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, depending on how long you took. Aruba 33, lots of sunshine for tomorrow and into Wednesday. We're going to be seeing a few isolated clouds through parts of Bahamas, but St. Lucia looks great. We're going to feel the heat again today. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Temperatures getting back up into the 30s, or well, high 20s, feeling like the 30s. That's okay in some cases. Sure. I'm okay with it too. And we're going to see a cool down by tomorrow. Only 21 is our daytime high.
Yeah, it's
cold.
A bit of a cool. Well, it's a cool front coming in this afternoon, which will trigger those thunderstorms. But I just want to tell everybody, Milton GO line suspended because of fatality on the line. All trains are stopped. And trying to get out of Milton is a disaster today anyway because of problems on the 401. So we'll update that coming up.
Okay, we're going to head in. Okay, start that again. We are going to head to Barrie live with Kevin. And Kevin, are you exercising this morning? I love everything about you, Kevin. Everything. Okay. Risk of a few isolated thunderstorms throughout the day today, as Tom and I were mentioning. We do have a cold front. It's going to be coming in later on this afternoon. Cottage country just after the noon hour, and then through the city of Toronto, we're looking at 2 o'clock kind of onwards, continuing through the evening. So, Tom, that can mess up the evening commute, but right now the morning commute is messing itself up, isn't it?
Yeah, just go back home, everybody.
Thanks for joining us. Today, we could see some stormy weather throughout southern Ontario. It's not looking like it's going to be severe for the city of Toronto and surrounding surrounding area, but down towards the southwest, we could see some isolated, possibly severe cells anywhere along the shores of Lake Erie. Keep in mind, through Grimsby and Hamilton and through Kitchener-Waterloo, we could see severe cells fire up. Certainly all that warm, muggy air colliding with that cold front could leave us with some storms, as you know. So we're going to keep our eye on that throughout the day today. Weather in the American desert has been full of weather surprises lately. Heavy rain has been pelting the Las Vegas area in recent days. Storms over the weekends. A lot of people in Ontario still cleaning up from the storms that we saw last Friday. Nobody is cleaning up this morning by the waterfront in Barrie. Kevin has a special guest with him this morning.
Oh, I'm not on yet, huh?
Well, we are going to be seeing the risk of a few isolated thunderstorms, but not until later on this afternoon. This morning looks pretty good. We've got sunshine and coolish temperatures. 19 through Orangeville, 20 through Barrie, Newmarket at 18, Oshawa 19, and 21 through Toronto. Now, the cold front is going to be moving in through cottage country by early afternoon and then around the city itself around 2 o'clock onwards into this evening. Hello, good morning. It's Tuesday. It's July the 23rd. Thanks for joining us on a very sunny start to the day. That could all change in a couple hours, Tom. We do have a cold front coming in.
Get that cooler air hitting the warmer air, and away it goes.
Could see some isolated thunderstorms later on this afternoon, so if you're just heading out, you're taking the kids to camp, grab an umbrella, maybe a rain jacket for the kids. They just might need it. Kevin is having too much of a good time this morning, I think.
Oh, I thought he was under arrest.
Kevin, are you in trouble?
No, I'm not under
Kevin.
arrest.
He might get himself into trouble, you know. Kevin Yard tends to do stuff like that, and then before you know it, he's going to be riding in the back of that car for real. Here's the thunderstorm risk map. We could see some isolated severe thunderstorms popping up, but like I said, they're going to be very isolated. You could see cells through Mississauga and then absolutely nothing, say, in Brampton. We'll talk more about the cool down after these storms coming up. But first, Tom, good news. The 401, it's open again.
The 401 is open.
The cool down, again, is on the way. We are going to see temperatures drop dramatically behind this cold front after this afternoon and in through this evening. 21 is our daytime high tomorrow, a bit of a northerly breeze. And then Thursday, Friday, high pressure returns. We're going to be seeing lots of sunshine until the weekend. That's where we could see more stormy weather. Well, temperatures today are going to heat back up after yesterday's cool down. People are probably thinking, hey, this is great. But today, muggy conditions return. It's going to be hot. It's going to be sticky. We've got a cold front moving through. This is going to be giving us some isolated thunderstorms. I was just checking out the radar, and the cells are just moving into the Windsor area. So it's, well, going to be a couple of hours before it gets to the GTA. So we're looking at around noon hour, anything after that. We had temperatures yesterday of around 17.4 through Geraldton and down towards Windsor, 26.5. The cold front had already moved through parts of northeastern Ontario by the time daytime highs were released. This cold front, stormy conditions for us. This afternoon, moving through the city, it's going to be around 2 o'clock onwards, like I just mentioned. So this afternoon, it might be a good idea to bring an umbrella or put the kids in a rain jacket. Just pack it with them if they're going to camp today, because they certainly could use it. And then after the cold front moves through, we are going to be seeing cooler temperatures. The winds coming in from more of a northerly direction. So kind of that seesaw. It was hot and then it wasn't hot, and then we had some storms and then it cooled down, and then, well, it's going to be the same story. Much cooler tomorrow. Here's a look at the thunderstorm risk map for today. Isolated severe. The biggest threat's going to be heavy downpours, strong winds, and the more severe cells are going to be staying down towards the southwest through London and down towards Windsor and even up in the Ottawa area. So if you do have travel plans, keep that in mind. All right, Tom, I know the 401 eastbound has opened back up. People must be thrilled. Good morning. I'm Emily Vukovic, and I hope you're enjoying the summer so far. I mean, we still have quite a bit of it left, and the heat and the humidity and the thunderstorms, well, all typical summer-like weather. We are going to continue to see the risk of thunderstorms again today, and the humidity has returned. But yesterday, I know a lot of people really appreciated the cool down. Now, the cool down, again, is on its way. Today, muggy, feeling like the mid-30s. Tomorrow, much cooler. Yesterday, much cooler. But just to give you a perspective of what a cold front can do, yesterday Windsor hit 26.5. Geraldton hit 17.4. And we can thank the passage of that cold front that's going to be affecting us today for this discrepancy. Here it is, cottage country, just after lunch, and then we're looking at the city of Toronto itself around 2 o'clock, and it's going to continue right into the evening. So fairly wet. Don't water your grass this afternoon. We are going to be seeing much cooler air push in behind this system. These arrows, they're depicting the winds. So we're looking at a northerly flow throughout Wednesday. Temperatures cooling dramatically as high pressure moves in. So we're going to see some sunshine. Looking at the thunderstorm risk map for today. Ottawa's kind of in its own little bubble today with some severe cells possibly firing up, so keep that in mind. We could see some isolated severe thunderstorms, so we're looking at heavy downpours and strong winds, but the more severe cells looking to be along the shores of Lake Erie through London down towards Windsor. Temperatures are going to be quite muggy today, keep in mind. Hi there, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Today is another refreshing start to the day, but it is going to get muggy by the afternoon. Temperatures from yesterday, well, they're gone. We are going to see a cool down again tomorrow, but first we can see some stormy weather. We've got a cold front moving through southern Ontario. It's going to bring us the potential for some thunderstorms, but to start the day, things are looking pretty good. We've got sunshine and warm temperatures. Kevin Yard has been having a little bit too much of a good time this morning in Barrie, Ontario. He has been up to all sorts of fun. And Kevin, are you back to yoga?
Want to try yoga?
Kevin, today has been one of your best days. First, we had the water weighing knowledge, or lack thereof, the yoga pose that you're not flexible enough to get into, and you were hanging out with some police officers. Oh, you can check out some of the pictures on Kevin's Twitter feed at feeling even a little cooler than that. And we're going to be seeing some sunshine again to start the day tomorrow, but some stormy weather in store for this afternoon. Now, these thunderstorms really going to be hit and miss. Fairly widespread areas throughout southern Ontario could get hit by thunderstorms. The cold front's going to move through, as Kevin was mentioning, around midday through cottage country and then down towards the city around 2 o'clock, stretching in through this evening. So if you are going to be out and about, make sure you pack your umbrella and maybe a rain jacket for the kids today.